Good evening, Tuesday night, people. Slightly later this evening because real life got in the way, and for that reason there's only one demo instead of two. But in the month of boring stuff, where we do the servers, and therefore in the not boring stuff where we show you what the servers power, I'm going to show you a little bit of automatic software installation. And in this particular instance, it's CPM that we've now got a nice polished final installer for, we hope. So, I've shown you a while ago actually installing CPM with NBNGET, but it's been tarted up like everything else. And this is a usage pattern that we have seen me use a few times this month, where I'm just getting a basic file and loading it. So here we go. Hopefully there was no typos there. It doesn't look like it. So tiny basic files download nice and quickly, and then using the tools on the SD card that is part of the operating system, it can do everything else automatically. No CPM found, because I haven't installed CPM on this next. We'll let it rip. Now, traditionally, the way you did this was you download the zip file that is in the README, and mentioned briefly there in the dialog box, uncompress this on your PC, or Mac, or Linux box, or whatever, and copy the files onto your SD card, and then launch CPM. Then Gary wrote us an unzip utility, so you could have done everything except the downloading on the next, and now with NBN, we've got the downloading on the next as well, and the unzipping of Gary's utility, and all in the right place and all automatic. So here you can see it all just running. The instructions for the old way of doing it are still at the top of the screen for those who don't have an ESP module and try to run CPM by hand. They would still get the old instructions. Installer has run. I tap space to tap through, and just give my auto exec there. We have ourselves a CPM. Nice and straightforward. I'll just pop out of that. So the other thing you may have caught a glimpse of there in the CPM installer was a reinstaller. Now I've already got the BAS file. I wouldn't have to keep it. I could delete it and run it again in the future if I wanted to, but for the sake of what we've got here, I'm just going to run it. As you see, there is a reinstallation option mentioned on that front page, and it does warn me that it will take some time because it has to download a blank new 16 megabyte image for the CPM install. So it's checked and looked for my CPM installation. It's found that I have one, and has again given me the warning that this might take some time, and will also, of course, being a new installation, remove the old one. I will kick it off. Off it goes, downloading 5.2 meg of base hard drive, system drive image that it would then automatically unzip and replace, and then run the CPM installer that you have just seen, and install CPM like you have just seen. But I'm not going to sit here and gossip while it does all of that. It's not even done 5% yet. Look at that. So we're going to skip forward in time magically to a bit of video that I've already shot, because it's very rare that I do this. But here we go. After it has downloaded that CPM image, it will start extracting it, and the extraction will take some time, as you can guess, from a file of that size, and you'll get yourself CPM back. But that is all for now. Thank you very much, Tuesday night people, and I will see you next Tuesday.